Can I as a user access my personal information that you store with you? Yes, GDPR gives me the right to access my information. Let us talk about that in this video. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see a new content on data privacy. What is privacy? Privacy is my right to choose what personal information do I want to share, with whom, and what is the purpose of sharing. And if the purpose is okay to me and you think that you need to share it with someone else also, then you need to define the purpose of sharing it further, and I need to decide, or I have to decide whether I allow you that or not. So this activity where you are coming to me and seeking my permission to collect my information, process it, and share it with any third party if required is also known as consent management, and it's one of the key components of data privacy. And if I see that my information is being wrongly shared, I can go to the take help of the judiciary and protect my personal interest, indicating that this is not what it was shared for, or this is not how it was supposed to be processed. You can get a lot of details about consent management also on my channels, so you can browse through it. Now, we have already spoken about right to information. In this video, we are going to talk about right of access. So once my information is being processed, I have now the right to access my information. I can ask you what information you have and how are you processing it. What is the purpose of it? So what is the purpose of it is ideally when you collect the information, but in cases where you have not collected my information from me and taken it from any other third party, then I can use right of access and ask you later what is the purpose of you accessing and using my information. If yes, you are processing it, then how is it being processed, right? So I can ask you both the questions of why is it being processed and how is it being processed, and I can request an access to my information. I am allowed to ask for some additional things which we are going to cover in the next slide. Once you receive this request, you need to validate the user who has requested. You need to be sure you are not sharing the information with the wrong person, and answer back to him within 1 month of the request, right? So that is the timeline set by GDPR for this particular right. Now, what information can be asked? You can ask me the purpose of why I have collected. You can ask the data processor the purpose of why has he collected the information. What categories of information does he have? Does he only have my name, address, phone number? Or does he have details about my family? Does he have my fingerprints? Does he have any other biometrics of mine? If the information was not collected from me directly, then what is the source of this information? Who are the recipient of this information? Are the recipients local people or are the recipients international people? That is, it has been shared with people outside the country. What is the retention period? You collected my information. Is it for a specific purpose? Okay, it is for a specific purpose. How long are you going to retain it? At the end of the purpose you are deleting it, or you are retaining it for a month after it, 6 months, or are you keeping it with you forever, right? So I have the right to know what is your retention period, and I have a right to confirm whether I am allowed to get my information rectified, or can I lodge a complaint to your supervisory authorities within your system about my information that is with you. I may have a problem with the processing, I may have any issues with the information you have. Now, if the issue is only about the information, right, you have the wrong phone number or wrong details of my family, then I can use my right to rectification. So I am allowed to use these two rights if I want to use them when I get an access to my information. And are you using any automated decision making system? Is AI a part of your system? Then I can check that also. And you need to let me know what all are you talking about and how are you going to process my information. What are some of the key aspects that need to be kept in mind when it comes to right of access? You need to be very sure about the requester. You have to validate the identity. You cannot share my personal information with anyone. If a proxy is used, if I ask someone else to collect my or access my personal information, I have authorized him properly. So you need to have a very clear authorization letter from me. If the requester is a minor and he is seeking for his own information, no, a minor cannot. Only if you think that he is mature enough to understand the information and you put in an easy language for a child to understand, then you can share directly. Else the request should have actually come from a parent or a guardian, or you can respond back to the request to the respective parent or the guardian. What if this includes information of any other user, right? So if I have asked some personal information of mine and you have clubbed it with some other user for processing, then how do you do that? You detract it, you remove it, you remove his information, share it with him if he wants, but at least share my information with me. But if you are not able to do that, then you have to seek his consent that whether he allows the common information or clubbed information to be shared with me. That is very, very important, and it's for your safety. If I am asking too many things, if I am putting in too many requests, then you can charge me a fee, or you can simply refuse, that you won't be able to answer me on anything. These are some of the important key aspects on rights of access. There is a brief comparison because it's confusing as to right of information and right of access. Are they same or different? There is a bit of a difference. As I mentioned earlier, right of information is when the information is being collected from you, right? It is far beyond processing or far before processing. Someone comes in and asks you for information, then you can always share the information and you still have a right to check what information he has. Right of access is after collection of the information when it is being processed. And right of access also becomes effective in case where your personal information was not collected from you, it was collected from some other source. The nature of the two rights. Right of information gives you generic information of what is the information that I have. Right of access can provide you specific detailed information about your PIIs that I am holding with me and their purpose and the source of the personal information. The scope, right of information, how is the data being handled, both the legal as well as rights basis. And about right of access, the ability to view the actual data. I give you the ability to come into my system and view your actual data without, of course, disturbing anyone else's personal information that I am holding. So this is about the right of access, which is an add-on or a next step to right to information that we spoke about in our previous video. In next set of videos, we are going to talk of further more rights that GDPR provides for users, and the next one, of course, in the sequence would be right to rectification. I hope you like my content. Please press the bell icon and the like button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated on the daily new content on data privacy. And if you have any feedback, please share it in the comments box. Thank you.